Hey everybody, this is Sky Knight. Welcome back to episode 2 of the Bare Bones 2 Beautiful series, where we will be taking a bone stock vanilla Debian with no desktop environment at all, turning it into something useful. Let's get started. Last time we created a virtual machine with Debian. There's pretty much nothing installed. We upgraded it from the stable release to the bookworm release. Bookworm is, I guess, what they're going to call the next one. The SID branch. It's the testing branch. Got slightly more up-to-date packages. We're currently sitting with 435 packages, using 142 megs. Yeah, let's get into it. Let's start. I suppose today we'll install X, BSPWM-SXHKD. I think that's probably going to be about it. Yeah, let's get started. Let's probably start with SX. No, let's start with Xorg. It doesn't really matter. Sudo apt install X. I think there's a server, or is it X server? Okay, X server core. Okay, what are the possibilities? X server, Xorg core. I don't want to install everything because I don't need all that bullcrap. So we want Xorg core. I'm actually not sure which video driver we would need with I think this is technically a Red Hat VirtIO GPU. It doesn't seem to be an option from what I can tell, so I'm just gonna install one and see what happens. Maybe Xorg Legacy, that might be it. Well, we'll see. So X server, Xorg core, and we want Xinit as well. I think that might be it for Xorg. And for this, yeah, we're not going to be using a display manager at all because I don't need one. Xinit RC works just fine for everything that we're going to be doing. So let's create the Xinit RC. Vim.xinit.rc. And we don't actually have anything to put in there right now. So let's start off with installing BSPWM and SXHKD. SXHKD actually stands for the Simple X Hotkey Daemon. I assume BSPWM stands for something. I am something window manager. I don't know. It's really lightweight. I've gotten used to it, so it's kind of what I like. It's pretty fast to spin up. Yeah. Let's throw that together. Okay, have both of those. Now we can go back into our Xinit RC and tell it to actually run BSPWM. Oh, never mind. It was already in there. Okay, now we need to grab there is a default BSPWM config file. I don't think that it creates them. Oh, there's a config. Neofetch. Okay, so we need to make directories for both BSPWM as well as SXHKD. That's a mouthful to say, by the way. SXHKD. You want to say it fast, you're going to say it wrong. So we're making config locations for both of those. Awesome. Now the BSPWM, I believe, is in user docs doc user share doc user share doc BSPWM examples, and let's just go into that folder and see what's there. So changelog, readme examples. Okay, let's go into the examples. Okay, so there's the BSPWM-RC and the SXHKD-RC. So we need to copy both of those over to our spots. So copy the BSPWM-RC to config BSPWM. Copy the SXHKD to config SXHKD. And I'm not sure what the file name for SXHKD needs to be. Oh, there we go. It is the home directory SXHKD/SXHKD-RC. So that's it. Okay, so let's check out what is actually in both of those default configs. Okay, yeah, I can't CD into a file. Does this need to be executable? It didn't. I don't think it said it had to be executable. Let's check again. Extra config. I mean, it's not a bash file, so I don't think it would need to be executable. Like BSPWM-RC, it's technically a bash file. It's just running bash commands. So I don't think we need to do that. Okay, terminal emulator, URXVT. I don't have that installed. Superspace would be Dmenu. I don't have that installed either. Okay, well, let's just go. Well, you know what? I'm not going to install URXVT. I'm going to install Kitty. Because I used to use Alacrity for quite a while. I like it. I like it just fine. The only reason I don't use it is for in Ranger, like previewing images is surprisingly, or I haven't been able to figure. I'm sure it's not that difficult, but I just couldn't figure out how to do it with Alacrity. And saw that Kitty had like a built-in functionality for it, so we went with Kitty, and it's the same thing. I don't use any of the actual Kitty or kitten like functionality. I don't create multiple tabs or anything like that. It's, I don't know, a terminal emulator is a terminal emulator. It's kind of a dime a dozen. You can pretty much use anything for them. So the program launcher, Dmenu, we will be installing Rofi just because I like the way it looks better, but for now I guess we can do Dmenu. But I don't like super space as the command. I'm going to do super D. Super escape is the P kill. Super escape is what essentially reloads the hotkey daemon once it's loaded up. So that looks fun. There are some things that I'm going to want to change in the actual BS. I'll just do it right now since I can see it. So close and kill. I probably use these the most. However, I don't like W and this either. So super plus C or X. That's what I'm kind of used to. So how this works is that if you do super X, it will call the BSP C node dash C, or super plus C. It'll do the BSP node C because it corresponds to the first item in this. I assume it's a list. Maybe an array. I don't know what the technical term for it is. But the next one, X, would correspond to the second one, which would be BSPC node -K, which, from my understanding, -K will basically kill everything with that like process name, I believe. So if you are running like Steam and you do Control X on on that initial pop-up that comes up when it's loading, giving you like these are the stuff that's on sale, it will just shut down the entirety of Steam. With -C, it'll just close the window. I usually always do the kill, except for special circumstances like that. I think it works that way with like browsers too. But one thing we do want to add on, now that I think about it, is a browser to launch. So let's do a comment, launch browser. Normally I would install Vivaldi because I like to use it. I like the F2 functionality, the simple bookmarks, the hotkeys, all that stuff. For now, we're just going to install Firefox because that's just going to be simpler. So Super B will launch Firefox. Super B for Super Browser is how I like to remember it. Okay, so what does our BSPWM look like? So that's at the top, pgrep, so it searches for a process named exactly SXHKD. If it finds it, it'll just send this to dev null, which kind of just telling it to forget about it. If it doesn't find it, it's going to start it. That's what that does. Okay, window gap 12 is a bit rich for my blood. Let's change it to 4. That's fine. We'll mess with these later. Yeah, I think that might be. Oh, we need to add. So we need to actually install Kitty, install Firefox, install Dmenu to get all of those things. Why does it work? Oh, it's Firefox something ESR. Okay. So this is going to install about 100 packages, which we're kind of jumping up the ladder fast, but I guess that's what happens when you actually need your computer to do things. So we'll just speed it up here until it's done. That was actually pretty quick. Okay, clear. Okay. So we have our xinit.rc. It should launch SXHKD. No, you think it's going to work? Let's find out. Start X. Blank screen. Is that good? Let's see if a terminal comes up. No terminal. Then install Firefox. Not off to a great start. And since this is a VM, I don't think I can do the Control-Alt F2 to get into. There we go. Okay, let's see if SXHKD is actually running. Oh, we can actually just grab that thing out. Was it pgrep -x SXHKD? Oh, so it's not running. Interesting. Why isn't it running? Let's. reboot quick. I'm not entirely sure what is going on, but that's kind of why I wanted to do this. Nobody actually shows you the issues that they have. This is kind of meant to be a stream of consciousness kind of video series, going through my trials and tribulations of setting up everything the way that I would like it. Let's see. So Exonet RC, exec, BSPWM, yes, that is correct. I wonder if there's anything in the logs. Var log. Oh, is there a X log? Let's make sure that things are actually installed. Kitty, which firefox, which Dmenu. Okay, so those are all installed. Okay, black screen, which is fine, right? Well, maybe I forgot to install a component of the X server. Let's. Ooh. What are you doing? Maybe I do need a video driver. Oh, bollocks is a word that I decided that I'm allowed to say now. Okay, install X server. Man. Well, I might have to check on a different screen here how to install Xorg on Debian. I'll actually throw this over to the first screen too so y'all can see it. As you can see, I've done this before as well. So Xorg server core. Yeah, I don't think I need a video driver, but I have the Exonet RC, or the Exonet package. I have the Xorg core installed. I guess I'll just look for a generic Xorg video. Man, can I like shirts X server Xorg? Okay, that says that that's installed. Okay, is Exonet installed? That's installed. X. That's installed as well. Does the XinitRC have to be executable? It might. It might. Let's try that. Oh, plus XinitRC. Can I just start 2 sessions of X server? Interesting. Still nothing. Okay, I'll reboot again. Trying to get back into the initial menu. Not going as well as I anticipated. I've done this several times before. I'm not sure what the issue is now. Okay, let's check our configs. Let's check the BSPWM. Because I know that has to be executable, but I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, that's executable. That's executable now too. I don't think it needs to be executable. I wonder if I should undo that. Did I spell it right? Is that the issue? BSP. Oh! Oh, I'm a dummy. Okay, so I created a config called BSPM, not BSPWM. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that's the issue. So let's rename that. Config BSPM to .config BSPWM. Okay. Hey, there it is. What do you know? That was a thing. Okay, Control or Super C should close that. There's my cursor. Super X should also kill it. Let's bring up Firefox. Cool. Close that. Let's bring up Dmenu. Dmenu. Hey, there you go. Awesome. Wow, that was kind of a pain. I guess that's what happens when you don't name your config directories correctly. Well. Let's see, should we do anything else in this episode? I don't think so. We have a X server going, working just fine. We have a browser installed. We have an emulator, or a terminal emulator installed, Kitty in this case. We have a run launcher installed, Dmenu, but I don't like the way Dmenu looks, so we will be switching to Rofi at some point. Yeah. Cool beans. Well, that will be it. Well, thank you all for watching. Check you later.